masters of speed. This is Formula One.
Yo guys, welcome back. It is Spain. It is another setup video. As always, 5 laps to start off with, and then the setup comes at the end. I'm racing as Jorge Russell. Let's go. So starting P8, I think. Yeah, P8. See what the setup can do. Not a bad start. Unfortunately though, I just took Lance, or hit the rear of Lance for a little bit. Down, Lewis. Absolutely got done by my teammate there. If he had just carried on going around the outside, it would have been absolutely fine. I was all the way up into P2, but got absolutely done in by my teammate. But that's okay, and that is okay. We've got the rest of the lap to go. Obviously the AI, as always, are absolutely rapid on lap 1, but I've got confidence in the car, in the setup. Let's go and see what we can do. It's just a shame when that happens. Like I said, I felt really good then. Up into P2 from P8, as you can really mug the AI at the start, especially into turn 1. But then when Lewis slammed the anchors on, there's not a lot I can do. Let's see if we can't get Leclerc into turn 1. Yes we can.
Work, mate. That brings you up a place.
So I'm not going to be concerned now about the fastest lap. Obviously I'm just going to try and focus on getting these guys, keeping my battery a little bit. Got to be careful of this corner, especially on ABS off. Lock up quite a lot and rotate the car by locking the rears. That's where I'm struggling, especially at Spain, hence the reason for the high rearward brake balance, or front brake bias. We'll be alright now as soon as we get some DRS assistance. Nice little snap of oversteer. Right, let's rotate the car. 14.8. It's not too bad, but I'm not overly concerned by the fastest lap at this point. I just need to concentrate on getting Perez. Obviously the ERS, which is the battery deployment system, doesn't recharge that well around here. Obviously it's a high downforce circuit, and even though there's plenty of braking zones, it still doesn't recharge all that well. As you can see, if you look to the left hand side of where the throttle inputs are, you can see that there is an orange button on the brake inputs, and it changes. It shows you how much ERS you gain back into every braking zone, which is helpful. Let's see if we can't set Perez up into turn 1. Let's use some battery.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done.
These 3 in front are fighting, which is good because it brings them back. Got to be careful of Lewis because obviously avoided me last lap. I can't see me send it. Oh, and running wide. Yeah, that's my bad. Up into P3 though from P8. I'll take that. think we're just going to run out of time though. Just run out of time, unfortunately. See if I can get a little bit closer to the start and maybe sneak P2. But obviously, well, we can forget P2 now then.
Verstappen has just put up the fastest lap of the race so far.
Definitely forget P2 now.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
It's a shame, really. But that's what happens when you don't concentrate. When you don't concentrate. It's the story of my life, really. Yeah, I drive so slow through this part though. The last 2 5-lappers we've done for to show how the setup works have been disastrous. Lost the front wing in in Monaco because we got spun by the AI car. And then I've obviously just spun coming out of, I think it's turn 12, turn 11. But it's all good. It's all good in the hood. The results don't matter. Like I said, it's just showing you how the setup works. And if the driver was a lot better with the setup, it would be a lot better too.
All right, race over.
But that's it. Setup's next.
A real team effort then, which has paid off in spades. A great victory here at the Spanish Grand Prix. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I feel consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Natalie Pinkham, come on, who do you pick?
Well, you can't fault anything that Sergio Perez did out on track today. He drove flawlessly, making him an easy pick.
Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
So this is the setup I've gone for at Circuit de Barcelona. Gone with 31-33 on the wings. I've gone for a more rear stable car on this one, simply because of turns 10, 11, 12 onto the long back straight, because obviously with the circuit has now changed and you haven't got the right left chicane there anymore. I just feel that this one is a lot more stable going into that area of the track, and especially with I think it's turn 9, the right-hander uphill, it just gives it more stability, and it just feels like the car can do or you can push a lot more rather than it being an inverted setup where the back end feels a little bit loose. But 31-33, that's what I've gone with on the wings. I've gone with 60-50 on diff, off diff. You can drop it down to 55. You can take it as high as 65. But just to get it right, and obviously to stop the wheels spinning, aid with traction, I've gone with 60-51. Obviously, if you're really struggling with traction, you could drop it down to 50. But yeah, like I said, and like I will keep on saying, you guys need to play around with these settings to get the car to feel as good as it can for you. I mean, don't get me wrong, the setup will work, however sometimes little tweaks are needed to perfect it. Onto suspension, same old thing. The only thing, and obviously as the game is progressing, as you find out more knowledge and gaining more understanding of how the cars and games work, to my knowledge the only thing that hasn't changed at all in setups for this game is the suspension geometry. Right, left works absolutely fine, and if like the old saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So right, left. Suspension, going with a really front stiff or firm suspension on the front. Rear suspension, I've gone with 12, and again this seems to be the way to set these cars up. It seems to be that you need a very stiff front and you need a really loose rear, as in front suspension is 41, the rear anti-roll bar is 12, with the rear anti-roll bar being 4, and then ride out. It seems to be the way that this game is going, that you need to have a stiff front suspension, you need to have a stiff front roll bar, and you need to run with a higher rake angle on the rear of the car. So you need a lower ride out on the front and you need a higher ride out on the rear. For some reason you'd think with ground effect cars this would need to be a lot higher than the rear, but it's not. That's not the case. It just needs to be like this, but this works for me perfectly. Again, play around with it and see how you guys feel. If you want to loose the front end, obviously you bring this down, but for me and this setup at Spain, this seems to work really well. Brakes, 100 brake pressure, 57% brake bias. I tried at 55, 56. I seem to be locking the rears into turns 5, which is the left-handed downhill. So 57 seems to work fine for me. But again, this only applies to ABS off users. ABS on users, just take no notice of this part. It doesn't concern you at all. But yeah, on the tyres. Now, this is a circuit which has got many left turns, many right turns. However, I think there's more left than right turns, and it seems to punish the left-hand side of the car, tyres-wise. So I've gone with 22.4 on the front right. I've gone with 22.3 front left, 20.4 rear right, and then 20.3 rear left. This one, however, could probably go up another PSI, but again, you just play around with that and see how it goes for you. This has been obviously Spain. If for whatever reason the setup doesn't work for you, even after you've played around with it and whatnot, hit me up in the comments, let me know, and I will try and get a workable setup. As much information as you can give me, it aids and helps me to make better setups. And as soon as racing season, league racing season starts, I will be obviously perfecting these setups and adjusting them. After a day after I upload all these videos, these setup videos, I actually put the setups into my Discord, and we can have a chat about how and what and why and when the setup works, doesn't work, etc., what needs to be changed, etc. Remember to do all that good stuff, like hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, guys.
Peace.